we're heading right back into the champion select.
Hoping to see if we see a little bit of sugar, a little bit of spice, a little bit of everything nice here. But once again, Vici going to ban away those flex picks in the Akali and the Aurelia. The other side, Suning. They still don't want the Aatrox. They still don't want the Yuumi on the field.
I love the fact that Suning is actually respecting the Aatrox as much. Aatrox in this patch is incredibly bust. It's a dumb champion to play against. And while he doesn't have that added safety of using his ultimate when he's on weak side to be like, all right, I'm going to revive myself just by proccing it. You can't kill me. Because he dies unless if he takes the takedown assist with any kills, I suppose. But if he gets that assist, he is such a snowballing champion in team fights. So that's something to watch out for, of course. That not for this series. It seems that he's consistently banned by Suning.
Yep, but Vici will have a consistent ban of their own now. They took away the Sona from SMLZ, so they don't want to see them run that one back. And Suning are banning away the Rakan from Southwind once again.
Here's the level of adaptation. Do you want to play Nico again when you saw what Suning was able to do with the Sylas? So Sylas made the Nico's life hard by saying, I can do that better.
He could. That was the scary thing. You don't always expect it. You're just like, yeah, but I'm actually playing the Nico.
That's the thing about the Sylas is that he sets up these champions' ultimates better than the champion themselves. So like when we were watching Worlds and you saw like the Gnar ultimate being used by Sylas, literally can use it whenever he wants, doesn't have that stipulation of being in Mega Gnar to make that happen. You're like, that's just unfair. Same goes for here because you can use Sun Abduct to get into the fights while usual Nico has to just creep up in there. Find a way to just creep into the team fight saying, okay, now I'm here, guys. Am I in position yet? I don't expect Vici to go right back to that one, but the Olaf makes it so much easier for them to get the jungle advantage there. I love the fact that they plucked that one for Yodang.
We've seen a lot of strong Olafs already in the LPL. Of course, last night we had the 11-1 and 5.
Boom.
Good Lord. But not going to see that again. Well, we might. Yodang wants to come out with that carry performance he can, but Hacker's going to have the Jarvan, so they'll have that easy engage tool, that easy go button.
I want to see what they're able to couple that one with. I think that Sword Art is willing to make the same gambit of going into the second phase while not being able to pick his support. So that's going to be interesting. I wonder what Vici does to kind of combat that. Nico, Olaf, and potentially a Lucian. We'll see what Vici ends up going for, but they really need some CC frontline in their composition. I don't like the fact that they hovered over the Nautilus just to pick the Xayah because it puts Suning in the mindset of saying, maybe we should take away some CC out of this team. Thanks for reminding us.
Yeah, just giving them a little bit of hints. And this, look, Raz, I know it was like
oh, wow. I didn't say for Suning to pick up the easy composition.
Oh, no.
I said Vici to do it.
Well, I mean, Suning's like, hey, that was a good idea, Raz.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God.
Let me take it for myself. And they will lock it in. So now
Disgusted.
This is problematic if you're Vici because Suning now has the Sylas who can steal the Pop Blossom once again. Did anyone, hello? Why is that allowed? And then you have the Cannonball composition with the Cataclysm. You have the Hero's Entrance. That is so much AoE CC and damage. And Vici's just sitting here like, yeah, we have Nico.
It's the triple Venn diagram. It's
yeah.
something you don't want to see. But there's a lot of, and here's this one thing, if Vici Gaming can play out their composition perfectly, then they actually countered this one out because they have a lot of great levels of disengage. With the Xayah ultimate that's there, Nico has so many ways to kind of combat a lot of the all-in engage that Jarvan and Galio has to offer. So, like, if they play this one out well, perfectly, it's just not easy. It's never easy for them. So I want to see if they have something else in their composition that does make it a little bit more easier.
Vans, though, Suning going to take away the support Lux. Cannot believe I'm saying that still, but you know what? That's okay, Raz. The Vici going to ban away the Jace there from Suning, deny them the double flex capability, but Rise still on the field as well. So there is that chance for both teams here. I want to see what Suning is focusing on, if they want to keep going for support bans to target Southwind, if they have other ideas. Looks like it will be the Morgana ban for them.
Ian's best champion in my mind is the Syndra, and so something I would love to see from Vici Gaming now that they have that added level of strength with the Olaf in the jungle is certainly having a Syndra mid lane to look for pick opportunities on Suning, kind of tag team with Jalitza so you can get something going. These are great answers here that they could play through mid, or they can do what RNG did yesterday and having the Karma there. So Karma, shield, the movement speed to amplify Olaf's all-in potential, and the shield, once you pick up like Ardent Sensor, to just have that added protection for Puff Xayah. So there are two ways I see Vici game going here.
All right, let's see which one they take. They have both picks available to them now. Looks like they will be taking away that Nautilus that they were hovering earlier. Give a little bit of CC for Southwind. But me and Suning locked him into that option. They saw it before, so they're not going to be too scared by this one.
You got to lock in their mid lane. I like the fact that they're draining out the time. You have 60 seconds to be able to get these 2 picks out, so just even if they know in advance that the Nautilus was going to be the pick, drain out as much time as possible so you can have this conversation. So I was thinking the Syndra as my favored one. They could easily go, as I already mentioned, the Karma, but their composition would be very focused on their AD carry. But these have been slow games, so I don't think that's a bad gambit at all.
See what they're going to pick up here.
That's an Olaf lane. I think that's an Olaf top lane. We're going to have to see what we're getting here with a Rek'Sai being picked.
Oh, I said I like the creativity. Raz wasn't expecting it from this side, but you know what? I'm feeling it.
Would have to be what I would perceive to be the Nico mid lane, AP with Glacial Augment, and the Olaf top lane. This is that good stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about. Do not pick Jhin into this.
Oh, come on, do it.
Okay, thank you. The one thing you don't want to see if you're a Jhin is an Olaf running into your face. So that would be probably the worst idea imaginable. I love the mobility that Kai'Sa has. I'm just imagining the life of a Jhin in this composition. It's never good. It's absolutely the worst idea.
The only thing he's going to count to 4 is the seconds until his life is over. But it will be the Kai'Sa instead, so she can have a little bit more safety with that killer instinct to get herself away from the Olaf, if nothing else. But this is a pretty strong rundown composition if you can get it going. If you can find that chase, you have the undertow, you have the Rek'Sai to get on people, you know, you have the dredge line, everything from there, from Nautilus as well.
My favorite thing about Olaf as a champion is that everybody knows, everybody and his mama knows that he has damage, right? Damage is not the issue. The only issue this champion has is mostly in the fact that he's more immobile than the rest. In fact, his ultimate is necessary if he ever wants to all in on these. So if he goes for a trade, that's actually just an all in. Like, if he tries to throw out his Q for some damage, well, that's a long cooldown unless if you want to pick that axe up again. I'm expecting the Rek'Sai to be going to the top side to help out that Olaf. The fact that we've had an Olaf on the top side of the map, I do not remember the last time I saw an Olaf top lane competitively. I think it was, I'm going to say 2 years ago. But we don't have a stats team that can whisper into my ears because you know that we don't got that cash, man. That's how life is here. We got Clement in our ranks.
Yeah.
Someone called Clement immediately. But Olaf being here is insane to see. I want to see what the keystone's going to be. It could be the Comet is a possibility. I remember the old run them down level 1 Comet style. I remember the Conquerors. So a few things that they can do that.
Now, we're going to look at the composition. You have capability of running them down with the Olaf. Haven't seen it in a long while, but I'm excited to see it again there, Raz. With Suning in their composition, they have the easy execution there. They have the Galio. They have the Jarvan. They have the capacity to just dunk down these team fights. I am looking forward to it. I want to see more 4-man Pop Blossoms from Maple here as we go into game number 2.
All right, so now he has one CS. I would expect that to be a ward that he was able to pick up in an earlier invade that we didn't get to see because all of that, you know, incredible cinematics that we saw coming into the game. But Chalisa coming into the lane should have, and I always say this, like, should, technically with the added experience, be faster to get to level 2, but there is no way he's getting in range of that Rise. So that's going to be the problem that he's having. He's going to get shoved in pretty easily just because of that range advantage that Rise will have. But, I mean, you better watch out, Rise. If you end up pushing into this one without any help from Hacker, that's an easy gank from Yodan.
Got to see where the junglers are going to go for this top lane matchup because it is very dependent on what they do. Is the Conquerors coming in from both the top end jungler for Vici there, Glacial Augment on the Nico. No surprise to see it once again. Maple's still going to stay with the Electrocute, which I like seeing into the squishier matchup with the Nico.
We've been seeing just a lot of Electrocute across the board. People are just a lot more comfortable with that. I mean, saw it from a Demonte just yesterday in terms of this is Echo play. I say Echo quite frequently because he literally plays like Echo. Silas play. And here's Yo Dang. Invading pretty heavily. This is an easy lane to gank from the blue side. Let's go.
There he goes, the dredge line to follow it up as well. The taunt. Oh, Yodang flashes to the other side to get auto damage onto SMLZ. Beautiful positioning from him. Good flash away from Sword Art will keep him safe. But first blood goes over to Vici Gaming.
Just as you said, trying to get outside of the taunt range from Sword Art so he can get straight on top of SMLZ. So I love Rek'Sai in general because if you're on red side, then you can make that exact same pathing happen to the top lane, right? So that's the worst. That's top laner's worst nightmare. Is a red side Rek'Sai just ganking him from his own blue side jungle, and he's able to do this on blue side, going to the bottom side of the map. So great stuff from Yodang. Right now, just making life incredibly hard from SMLZ and Sword Art. 2 games in a row where he's getting those kills.
Oh no, Southwind's coming up too. Maple's going to probably have to blow the flash here. Nope, Southwind not able to find distance in time.
I don't know what he expected. That's yeah.
To get the gank off, I'd assume, but not going to be.
Sure, but literally Silas has a dash, so.
Yeah. Look, I'm just trying to support my boy.
Okay, that's fair. I respect that.
Yeah. Hacker going to clear away his camp under no pressure, despite 3 people just hanging out in his jungle, none of them being the mid laner.
And cutting through mid lane just works out really well for Yodang because if you ever go for a bot side gank like that, level 2, then the worry is always going to be, hey, you know what, I can't actually go for my top side camps. Cutting straight through blue buff, your mid lane to be able to just go buff to buff works out well for him. So he's already back on track.
Surprisingly, Olaf is not as behind as I was personally expecting. Yeah, he's down the 5 CS, but he's not dead, and he's not being totally zoned off.
You're saying that at the wrong time. The Hacker is trying to prove you wrong.
It's the caster curse, Raz. The Hacker's not finding the angle just yet, but if Chalitza moves up, he will.
So this is, yeah, the worst positioning there for Chalitza. He's trying to get this one shoved out. And if you see where his own jungler is, Yodang is actually pathing to the bottom side of the map. So this is usually the best time for a gank to come across. But, you know, BioBio just wants to be able to pick up this wave. So likely just doesn't want to see Hacker coming and ganking, even if it is a good an opportunity.
And now it's a good opportunity for Chalitza to back as well.
And I will say this. I'll make this point about Olaf as a champion. And now the fact that he's top lane only amplifies this. There are a few lanes that you just don't want to gank for. If your top laner doesn't have the damage to follow up, Olaf, Conquerors, that's a lot of DPS flying right back at you. So a few lanes like Brand in the bottom lane. If you're going Brand support, if you're trying to gank that one, you just better look at your own team to see if they're in a good position to follow up on your gank. And in this case, there's absolutely no way that BioBio is going to follow up. So smart from Hacker to just say, you clear out your wave, you come back, and maybe I'll be up topside again.
So we're looking forward. The Lost Chapter now is available for BioBio, so he's going for the damage first. He's not going straight for the scaling. Wants to have a little bit of extra AP, a little bit of extra mana for himself to give that follow-up damage, to have that opportunity to take. But Maple roaming around, looking for vision around the Dragon Pit. He's going to find it, but Ian's probably going to discover that control word. Yep. There it goes. Short-lived, but never forgotten. Looking at the bot lane here. Southwind and Puff just farming it out. Neither of them are really taking the advantage after the early ganks. We haven't seen a whole lot of action in terms of kills here from Yodang or the bot lane.
At this point in time, expecting Yodang, looks like they're trying to go for a soft invade. I think Yodang should be topside knowing that the Scuttle Crab is available. He has his own red buff there, goes towards his top side of the map, helps out Olaf a little bit. Him not doing that creates a form of risk because Jarvan, you can already see what he's doing. He has a pretty clear path. So Raptor is red, and then he can pick up his own. Okay. Getting pushed out by Chalitza.
This is so cheeky from him, too. He has the damage to stop him. There's the Conqueror's proc. Hacker just might die.
I don't know what he expected, right? He knew he was not going to get that much help, but he was like, I'm still picking up those Raptors no matter what.
He didn't even get it.
I mean, the big Raptor's still there.
Yeah, big one's still there. Chalitza didn't even take it away, so he will have that later, but he won't have the Infernal Drake.
Okay.
picked up there by Vici, so they're going to be happy with that one, give him a little bit of extra AD.
A great level of information there that Chalitza was able to, give his team anyway. So going into the jungle, even if he wasn't able to get the kill on Hacker, he pushes him out, he forces him to base, and he lets his team know that you're safe to pick up Infernal because the jungle is pathing topside. So there we go. A lot of great stuff in one go.
So Olaf top has been pretty satisfying so far. Chalisa's been playing it well. He's even in CS. He was able to get that invade off earlier. Question is when it's going to start getting hard for him, because now that Bio has a little bit of damage to follow up with, Hacker still has the opportunity to come in for a gank.
No, I actually love Chalisa from this point forward. He has ultimate available, and it's actually hard for Bio to even deal with this.
There he goes, Ragnarok. Is he going to chase under tower? The flash's been blown. He's going to grab him under toe, underground now is Bio as Chalitza picks up his first kill of the game. Going to pick up some turret plating afterwards.
That's a huge wave. Cannon wave down. There goes another minion. Like, that's harsh. So I already made a mention that the worst part of this lane was just pre-6. Post-6, what does Bio have to deal with you? He doesn't have his Rune Prison anymore. He doesn't have an empowered Rune Prison anymore. Chalitza just uses his ultimate and runs right at you. So that's the hard part about being a Ryze in the top set of the map. You have great ways to set up for a gank up until Chalitza has his ultimate primed. He's level 7 when that play happens. So there we go. Now he's ready to pick up fights whenever possible. He's getting close towards his Black Cleaver. So take a look at this. The moment he saw this Q damage and the slow that came up as a result, he was like, all right, I'll just keep going. I have ultimate. There's nothing legitimately stopping me.
That's disgusting damage from those Qs. And
even had Triumph 2 as a result, just in case the last tick of turret damage was going to kill him.
I think it might have, too. So good timing on him. Oh, and that's such unfortunate back timing for Bio as well. He doesn't even get the full tier.
We're doomed here. Don't
Yikes.
bring the jungler, and if he comes, send a coffin.
But now Chalitza's this huge threat on the top side of the map. This frees up Yodang to decide where he wants to go, where he wants to put pressure. He could go towards the mid. He could go towards the bottom lane again, try and get Puff and Southwind ahead. He's got options.
And that's the creativity that I really wanted to see for quite some time. Because when the meta came through and everyone's saying was like, there is no way to deal with the Ryze and Jace, right? Ryze and Jace in these lanes, you just pick Ryze as the first pick, put him mid and top lane, have him flex between, and this is what the best teams in the world really stake their name on blue side. Technically, like, Vici Gaming are still on blue side, but they were able to counter pick what was Suning's power pick of the Ryze. And so you're like, okay, perfect. I have exactly the pick in the top lane. Bubu's coming out with that big brain.
It's coming out. It's working out well there. Chalitza, not quite to the Black Cleaver just yet, but he will be able to pick it up on the next back. And then Bubu just gets chased down every time he has ultimate. What the hell
let's
are you
go. You're
do?
dead. You're dead.
He has the ultimate. He's just running them down. The move speed from Bubu is going to be enough this time.
I forgot Phase Rush. So Phase Rush, being able to mitigate the slow is fantastic and certainly needed in this one. If he had Aftershock, Bio is dead. But thankfully he didn't. He had the Phase Rush slow resist there, so he's going to be able to survive that one.
That said, if Chalitza's ever able to waste the Phase Rush, that's just a dead Ryze.
Yeah, because especially with Phage up, right? Phage is legitimately a 30% gold efficiency boost when it's proc. When he procced it on the minion, ran right up to the champion, he's like, oh god, how do I actually deal with this?
Help!
Yeah, he certainly needed it. But that's what you're expecting. Thankfully, Chalitza had to burn his ultimate, and there was nothing of value from Bubu to be lost there. But he doesn't have mana anymore, so I don't think they can try and contest this.
Uh-oh. They're going to certainly try, though. It's 3 versus 2, and that means Vici are going to try and back off here. Yodang taking so much damage here. Not quite as tanky as Chalitza, but
no.
They still need to contest this one.
All right, we're fine. We're fine.
Reset. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, it was getting too low, and I was like, okay, who's going to try this one?
Everything's fine so far. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, SMLZ has picked up his Stormrazor, so not going to be going for the Murrow Mana first. We've seen that so infrequently. I was so excited. I was like, yes, Mana Moon is not only Ezreal's item anymore. We've seen it once.
It just takes a lot of time. I think it's fantastic in the solo queue when you know you're gifted the length of the game so you can get towards that tier stack. Not seeing as much in competitive, though I think it is a fantastic item. Just because not only the 10 AD boost allows you to get to your evolve much faster, but also on top of that, I mean, Q also just procs the full Murrow Mana. So like that's just a great detail that was always there in the Champions kit, but is now an added reason to pick it up whenever possible. But yeah, as you already mentioned, no, he's going back to the old path.
OG SMLZ. Still following the meta, though. So he's got the Storm Razor in his pocket. But now Vici, since they've rotated their bottom lane up towards the top side, they're going to be able to pick up this Rift Herald.
I mean, they're going to keep utilizing this strategy, and this is what's been giving them early game leads. And Suning's been a team that hasn't been responding well to this one. So, I mean, they're sending their dual lane now as a response when they had found this out, but a lot of the times, Vici Gaming are just, whenever the Rift Herald is available, they pass topside, they rotate their dual lane to the top lane, and this time around, we're going to be getting puffed at full gold.
And at that point, if you rotate it around, you already got the Rift Herald. What's the point? You're good. Now Puff going to get full gold on the turret like you said. But Vici, I don't know if they're done yet. They do have quite the man advantage. Chalitza was trying to solo this dragon out earlier, but he decided against it, which means Suning might be able to take it away.
This is kind of risky here from Suning. Utilizing a lot of Byobyo's mana on the Ocean Dragon, which in my opinion is not worthwhile 13 minutes into the game. It makes it so Vici Gaming, while they're using this time to steal red, I think their time could have been much better used using the top lane push, then to rotate mid lane and try and chip out mid lane turret. Get a few turret platings there. That gives a lot of gold value on towards Ian, and certainly allows them to come back again, use that investment to try and take mid lane towers. So while red buff is a nice steal, it's not optimal.
Looking back at the top lane, though, we still have Chalitza building up his items. Do wonder if he's going to try and match the Rise. Instead, it looks like he's going into the 1 versus 2. I don't know about this one because, I mean, he's got the Black Cleaver, he's got the Kindle Gem. I thought he'd try to keep running down the Rise.
Yeah, maybe. I think he's, at this point, I think he's strong enough to take anybody on. I think he doesn't even, he'll always have the option to play towards his lane. But if I'm thinking Vici and what would make their team, you know, get as much gold on top of their carries as fast as possible, it's to take those 2v1s. Because certainly Olaf has the wave clear on Q if any 2v1, you know, is thrown his way to take down top lane turret. And you can see what's happening here. Puff is going to be able to take the bot lane turret down, get the gold value for that one. So Vici Gaming have a gold lead, 3K gold lead, only getting larger.
It should be able to take this one down, but Sword Art may be able to stop it. Nope, not quite enough wave clear. Puff can need the last auto on that one. 800 gold from turret plating to 0. All the plates in the top lane, the full tower gone. None of them have been taken anywhere else.
Yeah, this is rough for Suning. This is legitimately a Vici Gaming that is technically trying the same style of composition they had last time around, but is just far more successful and disciplined with it. Where Vici Gaming last time around, when they were able to rotate their dual lane top lane to get their Rift Herald, they were slower around to the punch. This is still the hardest fact of their game, though, that they cannot take this mid lane turret, and they're too uncreative around this. Remember, the best teams in the league in the world, when they try for that mid lane push, they try and wrap around the turret, go into the blue side jungle, place down control wards just adjacent to the turret itself, and then try and push people off it. You can essentially get 1 or 2 people trapped in the mid lane and look for a deep dive. That's what RNG did to Team WE yesterday. So they are a team that's not concerned about diving mid lane turret because they've done it millions of times. They're incredibly experienced players. But Vici Gaming don't have that experience, and so right now they've hit a wall.
Hopefully Suning can do something with it, though. Last game, it took them a while to get the advantage, and even in the end of the game, it could have gone Vici's way. So this time, with Vici having an actual concrete, I'd say fairly significant lead with the 3,000 plus the tempo they've created for themselves, might be a different ballpark.
And this is what you got to do. Like you see Nico up top lane, have her fully push that one out. You see Olaf bot lane, once again, push that out. You're seeing a response from Suning. Silas is going to match that top lane wave. Rai is going to match that bot lane wave. That are 2 people that will not be able to protect that mid lane tower if you right now rotate towards the mid lane turret and try and wrap around. That's legitimately going to turn into a 5v3, which is a great number for a dive. But now it seems like Chalitza decided, no, I'll take Grump instead. So he has to blow his ultimate. This is what I get mad about. This is why I have high cholesterol. I don't have high cholesterol. Not that I know of. I don't go to the doctor.
Raz, I'm concerned for your health, man. Maybe we should talk a little bit after this.
I'm all good.
I'm all good, he says, as his arm starts falling off. It's fine. All right, but Vici, they think they're all good too. Now, even though Chalitza doesn't have the ult, halfway back off cooldown, he's shoving down. That's part of the beauty of having the Kindle Gem plus the Black Cleaver. You got that massive amount of CDR for yourself.
That's what Pyo should do. Now move to the mid lane. There's no Grump there. All right, thank you. Because like right now, he technically doesn't have a way that he can roll with in the mid lane. But as long as you can do this, repeat it, that mid lane turret is going down. There's nothing Suning can do as long as you're disciplined with it. This is something that a lot of the bottom 5 teams aren't able to do. And so you see that Sword Art and SMLZ, 2 people alone, and sure you could say Jarvan was there, but he wasn't fully committing, can just walk up to the wave and fully clear it out. Had they had the Olaf there, that's a dive that was possible. Now I'm sounding like an old man harping on the same things. But this is why the game gets stalled out.
You going to tell him to get off your lawn next?
I'll see about that. At this point, if getting on my lawn means that they can move forward in this game, then get the hell on my lawn.
Hopefully they figure it out. You know, they have the bottom lane rotated back up towards the mid lane, so they may try and put some more pressure back on that mid tower. Who knows? Maybe they'll even feel confident enough for a dive. You've got an Olaf. You've got Ian with the Pop Blossom on the Nico. You've got Yodang with the Rek'Sai. You have the tools for it. Just get the confidence or just try and chip it away. It looks like at the very least they're not being scared off this time as Yodang goes to take the Ocean Drake.
We'll see what the next Dragon's going to be, because at this point of the game, a lot of the times when teams aren't willing to take that risk, you can see them chipping down the mid lane turret bit by bit, just utilizing the minions themselves. They themselves then turn to the Dragon itself. Remember, Dragons are on this side of the map. If they're pushing up the pace where side lanes are so far up, take a look where Olaf is right now. That's where they're staking their claim, right? They're saying anything past this point belongs to Vici Gaming. Means that the next Dragon belongs to them. It's going to be so much harder for Suning to try and, push them back, contest for it. That just means that right now Vici Gaming are in position to getting double Infernal Dragon.
That's pretty happy for them. I mean, you equal it. Suning has Yodang.
That's what I'm talking about.
Steals away the blue. All right. Prey Seeker. That's all he needed. Didn't need a smite.
Welcome to the team. Oh, welcome back to the team, I suppose.
So glad to have you. But now, finally, it's a few minutes later, Raz, but what you wanted is happening. Chalitza is here to assist and threaten for the dive.
This was not at all what I was talking about. They still get the turret. Okay.
Oh, they're running for it. Not quite the engage, though.
So the only reason why I said that's not what I was talking about is because Olaf came from the front. Everybody decided the front gate was the best way to play this one out, which is just essentially saying that we're that much stronger than you. And to be fair, 5K gold lead. They are that much stronger. But there's always a better way. So I'm just gonna take that one and back up the wave. But 20 minutes means that Baron is going to be up right now. There we go. And it allows Vici Gaming a new objective to play around. And they have a pretty good comp to play to it. So great consistent damage with Olaf, Nico, and Zaya. Makes it so Suning have to actually play to what is literally both sides of the map. Once Dragon comes up, you can't give them double Infernal. Or you can just play once again towards the Baron buff and always have a ward on it.
Chalitza going to continue his split pushing menace, going to shove out that side lane. And since they have so much side lane pressure, also, by the way, the mini-map gets confusing with a Nico in the game. But since they have all that mini-map pressure, side lanes are not a problem. You can threaten that Baron. You can threaten that Dragon. Someone's got to clear the waves eventually, or your tower is going to start getting chipped down too. So it's like the triple threat coming out here from Vici. And I think this game, if they can keep this one up, this one's just in the bag for them.
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, remember the last game I had this, what? Yeah, get out of there. Run.
Yikes.
But yeah, that was my major point about Vici Gaming last game too. There were a lot of mistakes that they've made that was, they had ownership of the game and they made those tic-tac mistakes, like those small errors that resulted into a large result. So at this point in time, I think they've given themselves a pretty large lead. It's very hard to push them off this one. And they have some really all-in snowballing type champions. When Rek'Sai has a lead, it's kind of difficult to not just get completely bursted out by him if you're SMLZ. And if Olaf has a lead, and this is not just the Olaf jungle, right? It's a full, I just picked up every wave possible on the top side of the map kind of Olaf.
Ooh, this might turn into a fight here. Yodang's here to assist. The teleport coming in. They really want Maple here. They get the knockup to follow it up. Ian, he's got the damage too. Goodbye. Chalitza's here as well. And that's a pick. The Baron's up. They're around the pit, Raz.
Yeah, I don't think he recognized. This is a double TP composition here from Vici Gaming. So people could come and help. Chalitza decided he could come and help. And now Suning have to fight off what is a very likely Baron run from Vici Gaming.
Almost 6K gold lead for Vici as well now. If they want to go for it,
they should just go for it.
There they go. They're finally doing it. Ian going to start it off with Chalitza, and it looks like they're just dueling it. The other 3 members are trying to zone off away from the Baron, fake like they're not doing it. And so far, 9,000 gold.
No fake in here. They know.
9,000 health still remaining on the Baron. There's the Pop Blossom prepared, but no, the Flash doesn't get him over the wall. Ian not going to be able to use that one for the team fight, and there it goes as a result.
That's a definite good luck on pro view. Don't have for that one. Because he definitely wanted to be close enough to the wall so he can flash over to your point, right? He still has his flash because he didn't get the chance to be close enough. And so that was a great setup by Southwind that wasn't followed up by Ian. Sad days. But I will say, though, that I'm a little bit concerned with how Vici Gaming wanted to play that one out. Puff was getting a full clear in the mid lane wave because, to your point, they wanted to hide as if, you know, hey, our AD carries mid, and our our jungler's not on the buff itself, so there's no way we're doing it. Obviously, Suning called them on that bluff. I think they should have just gone straight for it. You have such a great team fight composition, and they do not have Maple alive. Why are you afraid of pulling Suning in so you can get the fight that Southwind was very close to being able to net you?
Instead, though, Vici will be forced off the Baron, slows down their tempo a little bit. The Dragon has spawned. And
they got it.
Yodang going to pick it up for him. So at the very least, they get the double Infernal, have that additional 17% AD and AP over the enemy team.
Yeah, this is a good Vici game right there. This is a good Yodang game. When we're having questions about Vici Gaming's execution, and they're able to give us a game like this, now remember, this game can go long, and it can go against us. But I'm liking what I see. Uh-oh. I'm not liking what I see.
Change my opinion. Suning gathering around the Baron.
At least they recognized. Vici Gaming didn't recognize the last game, which caused them a hell of a lot. This time around, they're saying, get away from my Baron buff.
Keep an eyes on it. They know that's their key to victory for the time being.
Okay.
Yodang, no! You need to stay safe, my friend, but here comes the cannonball. He ults, flashes away! My God, Yodang still alive somehow, but he is so incredibly low, and Suning just aren't even going for the Baron. They want to try and catch the jungler of Vici Gaming.
No, he's good. He's fine.
He's got the Ocean Drake.
Fine.
He's just out of there. All right, Yodang. Yo, dang.
All right, you calm down. I will say, though, I'm really happy of the fact that enough damage was put onto Maple that Suning didn't turn on the Baron itself. Because a lot of people would be like, wait a minute, why didn't they just do Baron themselves? The jungler may not be dead, but he is at like 10 HP. But they just didn't have the damage to be able to go for it and still be comfortable with Vici Gaming trying to respond to that. So it still hurts that we gave Yodang a lot of props and he still got picked off there. They can't be making these errors,
He made it out, though.
Huh?
He made it out, though.
That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't, but it's cool.
Do I look like I think that was cool?
No, you don't. You look very frustrated with this play.
What the hell was this? So at the end of the day, you have to be happy with what you got. And what you got is like he ulted out to not get knocked up by Southwind. Still was able to find the full escape on that one. So like you're right, that was fun to be able to see from Yodang. But you cannot be making these mistakes when you're just trying to get yourself a Baron run. I think they're in a good spot right now. They should just start it.
I'm just happy that his name is Natural Reactions to Things, so I can just say it slow. It's just yo and dang.
Except that it's literally like lingo from the year 2000.
2000 might be a little late for that. I think that's more like 1990s.
And you're not 60 years old. Oh, what the heck? No, you know what? I'll take those.
Okay. All right. Glacier Log may be
You flashed cute, and the way Galio Justice Punch ends up going is that he was able to duck it on the first rotation. Oh, you ain't going to duck that.
Not going to flash that one. Dredgeline goes in. He makes it out, though. Both junglers surviving a lot today. No, the Ignite takes him out, and the follow-up damage onto Sword Art. Make it 2 kills there for Vici Gaming. Just rotate to the Baron, boys. You've got this one in the bag.
We'll see. I mean, you say in the bag, but I'm looking at right now, which is a Kaisa, Rise, and Silas. The Silas ultimate could be picking up on Ian there. So they actually have a really good 3v5 fight situation if this Suning want to pick it up.
Looks like instead the Baron's still going to go over to Vici Gaming. The Pop Blossom in preparation. It lands onto one. Maple in trouble. He doesn't have a response of his own. They pick him off. SMLZ and Biobio, the only one still alive. The flash comes in, but the Undertow's not going to land. Will Chalitza still chase? Doesn't have the Ragnarok. Doesn't have the Undertow. Not going to be able to find SMLZ.
That was a great slow there from Ian. They knew that they had a good rush on Baron. And all they need to do is slow the track, so there is no way from Suning to even contest that. So already Vici Gaming are doing wonders here.
Let's take a look at this one again.
I hope this was the first pick on. Yeah, that's what I love to see. Justice Punch saying hell no. But you know what? They just try it again because they know that there's no vision here. So they could just quick this one up. Yep, find it on Hacker this time. We're not even going to try on Sword Art. He's already right in between the wave. So I don't even care. How quick you are to regroup. Jarvan is no way going to be able to get out of that one, especially with the Ignite taken on him.
So Raz, I know we said like it's really hard to make a good adjustment between games or cleaning up the game, but honestly, all right, Vici, cool. But I think a lot of this was in the draft as well because they were able to get Chalitza ahead, and once he got rolling, he just started rolling through the rest of the map. I mean, we're still seeing it. They've taken down 2 towers now. Chalitza's been the split push pressure all game.
Yeah, but I would say it's a bit of both, right? The draft, as you've mentioned, the Chalitza being able to execute on the 1v1, that worked out wonderfully, sure. But also them being able to pick up that mid lane tower, the way that they were able to do it, but not able to do it in the previous games. And I don't mean just like last game. I mean literally like Spring Split, unable to do that. Here comes the engage, though, from Suning.
They're trying for the Cannonball composition, but the Pop Blossom is there to have some damage in CC. Goodbye, Sword Art. Maple once again, 3-man Pop Blossom, but it doesn't matter. There's too much damage for him to do anything about. 3 down so far for Suning. Make that 4. SMLZ, the last one alive. That's the ace. That's the triple kill for Puff, and it should be the game for Vici. Death timer is still 40 seconds. They take down the inhibitor. They still got the Baron, and Vici Gaming are going to tie up this series 1-1. Raz is going to a game number 3. Vici Gaming, they did it. They cleaned themselves up. They are here to play, and they take down game number 2.
There we go. And 11-1 tells a pretty damn good tale here for Vici Gaming. I don't want to see them sticking their arms out yet. You don't have to be too happy. There have been too many games in the Spring Split of them pushing it to a game 3 and not getting the job done. But for now, Vici Gaming should recognize they're on a right track, man.
That felt gratifying to watch.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Vici, man.
That was clean League of Legends.
Yeah, they ended the split 16th, and then this time they're coming in. They have a new game plan. Game 1 didn't quite work out for them, but look at that. Look how clean and collected their macro was that game. From minute 1, really, they had control of this game, and they kept it through to get the victory.
Yeah, and I don't want to be the kind of guy that just like blows up small mistakes. In the large picture, this was perfect. I think that for me, for Vici Gaming, they were always playing to the right side of the map. The early level, like minute 8, them rotating to the top side of the map to be able to pick up the Rift Herald, them continuing to play around their duo lane, a smart play. And then when Baron came up, guess what? Like, they didn't want to take the necessary risk, but it's not. Suning is not the team to take your slow play as a, them misplaying. Suning will match you in pace. And so what we saw there was just a great game from Vici Gaming playing around Baron.
I think the problem started for Suning basically minute 1.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, that Olaf got to 6 and he was fine. He was just so calm. He was like, okay, I'm 6. Hi, Biobio. Nice to meet you. I'm Chalitza. I have Ragnarok. See ya. Bye.
That sucks to watch.
Yeah. It was just painful. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and that's, once again, like that's the creativity that I want to see if a team is willing to pick Ryze top lane, right? So already you're seeing Chalitza comfortable of being able to do that in the environment that's in Vici Gaming.
It's pretty exciting. And I mean, I think the bigger thing here was not only did they come up with that amazing drafting strategy, and we were talking about it, like the first 3-week drafts from last split, fantastic. They're coming in again. They're in week number 2, still good drafts. And they executed well on it, and I think that's the bigger thing that I want to celebrate here for Vici, because this is not one of their strengths traditionally. You don't get 16th place because you execute beautifully. There were a lot of mistakes, and you pointed out, yes, there were still mistakes here, but overall, the macro strategy was great.
Yeah, they're getting better, and I think half of that is just like Sea Lakes, right? Because that was the first game that they're playing in this split. So this is the same issue for a lot of the teams here. is that you have that break. A lot of teams will say that, it's not long enough, a month long. But if you're not going to MSI and you're taking that time off and you finally get some time to scrim, put in some serious practice there, what you got was some small errors, but at the end of the day, they looked better than they did in spring. And a lot of that comes down to new blood. Yodang and specifically Ian did a lot of great work for this team.
They're looking absolutely fantastic. And now we got to see who is going to bring it home in game number 3, who gets their first victory here in the summer split. We're going to find out in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.